Whether you're an expert pool player looking for some competition or you're a beginner looking for a place to have fun, the local amateur pool league is where you want to play. You'll get a chance to play on the best tables in town, and their unique handicapping system ensures that it's a level playing field. The prize fund grows weekly and it's made up of all local money. If you'd like to form a team or would like more information, call Donnie Sinkhorn at 502-387-8788 or go to their website, lapleague.com. LAP League, the big break you've been looking for.
If I was a serial killer, I'd be known as the smoker, 'cause I would cut off and smoke all of their hair. And if I was a serial killer, I would sleep on broken glass and thumbtacks.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the real side of wrestling. For some reason, my producer, he just loves to surprise me. He has no idea just how fitting that song is going to be for what we're going to be talking about tonight. Most of the time, especially living in Kentucky, around this time of year, I would be talking about the Kentucky Derby. All the pretty horses running around the single track, the fastest 2 minutes in the world in racing. And that's usually what I do every year on the first Saturday of May. However, this year, for the first time in a long, long time, I will not be in Louisville, Kentucky, partaking in the Derby festivities. This year, I will be in Bloomington, Indiana. I cannot believe I'm actually going to that city. I'm teasing. I'm going to be in Bloomington, Indiana for a full day and night of professional wrestling. And I tell you what, it's going to be an awesome doubleheader as Infinity Pro and Combat Zone Wrestling team up to bring you Cinco de Mayo, Saturday, May 5th, 2012. The first show I got a little ahead of myself. The first show starts at 3 p.m. with Infinity Pro. Second show at 7:30 with Combat Zone, and joining me right now is one of the higher ups within the company. I'm not going to go any further than that, but Mr. Donnie Tsunami is joining me right now. Donnie, thank you so much for joining me on a very busy week. I know y'all are really busy trying to get ready for the shows, so I do appreciate your time.
Well, thank you for having me on, man. I greatly appreciate you having us and getting the word out about Cinco de Mayo.
It's going to be an awesome night. Before I get to you, I've actually got another guest on with us right now. I believe he's in your main event, taking on Sami Callihan.
Very, very true. You would be speaking about Mr. Michael Elgin.
I would be. Thank you, Michael, for coming back on the show on very short notice. I do appreciate you taking time to come on. Saturday afternoon, you're locking horns with Sami Callihan. What do you have in mind for this match?
Oh, well, first off, thank you very much for having me on. And, it's going to be a big-time matchup. Myself and Sami Callihan are two of the hottest guys on the indies right now, and I think it's a match that everybody wants to see. And, Donnie and Infinity Pro was the first one to jump on it and make it happen. So I think that we're going to have a big crowd coming up to check it out.
It's gonna be a really fun night. Is this gonna be this will be your first showing in Bloomington, correct?
No, actually, it'll be my second. I debuted for Infinity Pro about a month or two ago.
Okay, all right, I stand corrected. What do you think of the fans in Bloomington?
You know what? I thought they were awesome. The show is top notch, and the fans were great. And they packed the place last time, and they were loud and into it. And I think this time will be no different. And I think that they have a great day of wrestling to come out and see.
Both of these companies put forth an awful lot of advertising, which is something you don't see very often anymore in the era of Facebook and Twitter. I can tell you for a fact that all throughout Louisville there are posters and flyers representing the show. How much do you think that's going to help, especially considering that Kentucky isn't that far away and it is the Kentucky Derby?
I think that wrestling fans want to see wrestling, and when they see something like that, they're going to take notice and they're going to go check it out, whether there's the Derby or not.
Is this going to be your first matchup against Sammy?
It won't be the first, but it will be the first since I believe 2008.
What is your past history been with Sammy in the ring? What kind of chemistry you guys get together?
You know what? Me and Sam have actually teamed up for about a year and a half for IWA Mid-South in 2008, 2009, and we had a couple matches against each other through that time. And, in 2008, people were talking about those matches, but we've come so far along that I think that this is going to be, a whole new chapter in it, and just something that people really don't want to miss, whether they're going to be, at the show or want to pick up the DVD. This is definitely going to be a must-see match of 2012.
I believe it. Michael Elgin, thank you so much for your time. I know that you've got a busy schedule ahead of you as you get ready to come to the States for Cinco de Mayo on Saturday night. Thank you again, and we look forward to seeing you and Sami Callihan lock it up on Saturday night.
Sounds good. Thank you again for having me, and hopefully everybody makes it out to the show Saturday.
All right. Donnie, you still with me?
Yeah, I certainly am.
All right. Of course, that was Michael Elgin, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for having him come on. I can't thank you enough for helping us. We're going to have a couple of other Infinity Pro guys as the night continues. We're going to have Austin Mannix and the Hebrew Hammer, Joseph Swartz. And if PJ Barberino ever decides to get back with me, he may or may not make an appearance. I don't know. You never know what to expect. So I can tell you this, after speaking with the Hebrew Hammer, I am looking forward to seeing all of my dojo brothers this weekend. I understand it's going to be a Rage Dojo family reunion of sorts, with the only one missing being Scotty Vortex because he can't make it. So I can't wait to see Sensei and all those guys, but that's going to happen before Infinity. Let's talk about what's happening at 3 p.m. when Infinity kicks off. You've got a hell of a card packed out here.
Man, we do. We've got 6 big matches. It's one of the biggest cards we've put together. I thought the Duos tournament was going to be huge, and then we had this opportunity, and at 3 o'clock, we're going to be starting off the show with our big 8-man survival bout. In that bout, we've got Adam Bueller, Russ Jones, Tolerant Zero, PJB, Kenneth James, Antonio Lakis, and Hollywood Dream Trevor Court. It's going to be quite a few guys in there. This is kind of a new type of match for us. We're kind of using our Royal Rumble rules on this one. 2 men are going to start off. Every minute and a half, someone's going to be added to the fray. And it's all elimination. So last man standing is going to get it. And I did forget one name. I can't forget Scotty Young. Scotty Young is a true gem for us here at Infinity Pro. We've got a lot of guys who have worked their tails off, and everybody is wanting to prove themselves come Saturday.
Tell me a little bit about what makes Infinity Pro, what sets you guys apart from other independent organizations right now? I mean, Combat Zone Wrestling, DJ Hyde could have chose anybody to get into business with in Indiana, and he chose Infinity Pro. That says a lot about your company in and of itself, but what do you think was the real deal closer?
Well, what sets us apart is the simple fact that we respect this business. A lot of places will put together a card. They don't care who's on it. They don't care if the fans like it or not. They just want to put on matches. With us, we're very selective on who we use. We respect the fans, we respect the business, and we respect the performers. We make sure that everybody has a quality match and that every single individual who's out in the crowd wants to come back for the next show. And that passion, that heart that we portray has really paid dividends for us. And it shows with having CZW come in and want to partner up with us.
Well, I had the opportunity to work for your company up in Michigan, and I was very, very blown away, not just by the laid-back atmosphere in the locker room. It was very family-oriented feeling back there. Everybody got along. And one of the first things that you guys told me was there are no politics. There is no he said, she said, and you could tell just by the way the boys interacted with each other. This was a very serious operation, but it had its fun moments as well. How important is that for you to be able to run a company like that?
Oh, that's the most important aspect of it for me. I've been wrestling now for 12 years, and everywhere that I've been, you always had the little clicks here. You had someone in the promoter's ear here, or anything like that. Just kind of makes it unsettling at times. And my goal with Infinity Pro was to make a place for all the wrestlers to be able to put on the best matches and to be themselves more than anything. You know, that family atmosphere that you're talking about, that's the one thing that we need to maintain to make Infinity Pro what it is. And the guys that we have are just fantastic. I couldn't ask for a better bunch of guys. Everybody comes in with their boots on and ready to work, and everybody's trying to steal the show from everybody else. That atmosphere, you can't buy that. We keep the politics out of it, and it keeps all the boys happy.
I agree, absolutely. You know, and I think that's very important. And the reason I bring up the family atmosphere is because the next match could not get any more fan-friendly, I don't think, with the Hebrew Hammer, Joseph Swartz, taking on the serial killer, Jack Thriller. Now, I don't know much about serial killer, but I can tell you that the Hammer is just a goofy, fun-loving guy, and you can tell it in his work. What do you think this match has in store for the fans?
I tell you what, this is going to be a match that everybody talks about in one way or another. Joseph Schwartz he is so much fun to watch. You never know what he's going to do to get the crowd to react. And we've had the opportunity to have him on, I think, every single one of our shows since we relaunched back in November of, let's see here, that'd be 2010, I believe. And he has done nothing but get the crowd popping every single time he's been out there. I've not seen a single time where he has disappointed me. That man is something else for this business, and I'm extremely happy to have him on board.
You made mention earlier of the Duos tournament. It's going to be coming up, or I'm sorry, that you just recently had. And the champions from that, the Painkillers, Jacob and Donnie Hollows, will be taking on the 5-Year War, Jake Oman and Ryan Epic. Now, I've seen Ryan in action. However, I don't know much about his partner or his opponents. So what can you tell me about these guys?
Well, the Painkillers, they are definitely a fascinating tag team. They were trained at the Ring of Honor by Delirious. They are an eccentric tag team, to say the least. You just never know what you're going to get out of them. They're just crazy and wild and a lot of fun. And the crowd loves them. They really came into their own during the Duos tournament and showed the fact that they are one of the best tag teams in independent professional wrestling. In fact, honestly, in professional wrestling around the world right now. And their opponents, the 5-Year War. You said you're familiar with Ryan Epic. Ryan Epic is an amazing talent. He is a fast-paced worker. He is the type of guy that you really want to have on your roster. His tag partner being Jake Oman. If you don't know who Jake Oman is, you soon will. He is an up-and-comer that around here, his name is synonymous with fantastic matches. He won the X8 3 times. That's an EWF in Indianapolis area, their tournament every year. And this guy just has the passion and the drive to make his way and his mark in the business. This is actually a rematch from our Duos tournament. This was by far and away voted the number 1 match of the night, and the fans have been clamoring to see a rematch. So if you haven't seen it yet, you might want to keep hold of your socks and you're going to try to blow them off, man. It's going to be badass.
I'm glad that we're on this match because this is one of the things that really impressed me about your company is that you want to set yourself apart from every other independent company in America right now. So you kind of inducted the Lucha rules for your tag team matches. How has that affected your crowd? What has the response been?
You know, initially they didn't really know what to think. For the fans out there who don't know what we're talking about, we don't do tag wrestling. We do what's called duos wrestling. Essentially, it's 2-on-2, last man standing. So it's always elimination. You have to eliminate both members of a team to win. So our crowd has taken to that and an amazing way. In fact, standard tag matches just don't do it for him anymore, because you see so much more in a duos bout than you do at a traditional tag match. It's one of the things that sets us apart, and everyone seems to love it. I'm extremely happy to have been a part of it.
The next match, and we're going to have this guy on in just a little bit, Austin Mannix is taking on GT Vega. I'm very interested in this match after getting my first taste of Austin Mannix up in Detroit earlier this year against Drake Younger. What a match that was between them two, and I can't wait to see what him and GT Vega have in store.
Have you had the opportunity to see GT Vega work yet?
I have not, but I've heard nothing but great things about him.
I tell you, every time that Vega steps in the ring, he just brings it, man. I mean, it's like he goes to war every single time he steps in that ring. He's had several matches. He's, I think, 2 matches now with Drake Younger. He faced off with Austin Aries in one of our first cards. I mean, this kid's got it. And not to be outdone, obviously, is Austin Mannix. Like you said, he's an impressive wrestler. In fact, I'll just go ahead and throw it out there because I found out today Austin Mannix just got himself a WWE tryout.
All right.
Yeah. So one of our boys is possibly stepping on up. And this match, honestly, has every opportunity to steal the show. I mean, of course, I can say that about every match on this card. It's jam-packed. But these guys, they bring it when they step in that ring. Just make sure you slide those chairs back a little bit because you never know where the bodies are going to fly. I expect this thing to really tear the house down.
I expect it will too, but the main event, and actually I think we may have forgot a match somewhere. There's only 5 listed on this page. You said there were 6.
Let's see here. Oh, yes, yeah, we can't forget Mr. Drake Younger.
Mm-hmm.
He has stepped up, and he has put out the challenge for anyone to step up and try to take him down. He wanted to be on the early card as well as the late card in the evening, and the man who stepped up is Jonathan Crane. Jonathan Crane was part of the 6-man scramble match we had up in Michigan that involved Flip Kendrick.
Mm-hmm.
And Drake has actually been working with Jonathan Crane as part of the Dragon's Den Dojo. And he has stepped up, and he feels he has what it takes to take down Drake Younger. So we're going to see about that. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a teacher versus student type of a bout. And,
well, I can tell you because me and Drake went to the same school, the Rage Dojo. The teachers rarely teach the students everything they know,
exactly.
And I hope that Jonathan Crane does not take that for granted because Drake is a plethora of wrestling knowledge. And be looking for him tomorrow on just another goddamn wrestling podcast over on the Wild Talk Radio Network. We're going to have him on the show for just a few minutes at the end of the show. To do a little bit more discussing about Cinco de Mayo this weekend. What an exciting week this is for me. I mean, I've got the Oaks and Derby and Cinco de Mayo, and wow, it's going to be a fun time. I cannot wait. It's great to live in Kentucky at this time of year. I cannot ask for anything greater. Now the main event, of course, we had Michael Elgin on just a little bit ago. He's going to be taking on the guy that I have dubbed Mr. Intensity, Sammy, the Callahan Death Machine, Sammy Callahan. And I tell you, this guy is intense in everything he does, from working out to riding in the car. He is just always intense. So that's why I call him Mr. Intensity, and I can't wait for this match. I know it's going to be one that I'm going to be talking about for quite some time afterwards.
I mean, this match was kind of a godsend. I was viewing across the boards, and I started noticing that there were people just asking to see Elgin and Callahan go at it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, man, what are we going to do? And CZW hit me up about this show, and I was like, you know what? This would be a perfect opportunity. Sammy's going to be in town, and Michael was really impressed with what we did here at Infinity Pro, and it was the opportunity I needed. So I made a couple phone calls, and within a day's time, I had this match booked. This thing is going to be off the hook. I mean, you've got the unbreakable Michael Elgin, who is turning heads all across the world right now in the sport of professional wrestling. I mean, one of the nicest guys you can ask for in a locker room. But you get him in that ring, and he is a beast. And Sammy, I mean, what can you say about Sammy? I mean, everybody knows who Sammy Callahan is. He's one of the hottest independent wrestlers in the nation right now. Hell, across the world.
Actually, I hate to tell you this, but I actually know some idiots in this area, and I don't want to call them idiots. I know some people in this area. They're really not idiots. They're just they're not in tune with independent wrestling, I guess would be the way to put it. But they actually have no idea who Sammy Callahan is.
No way. Well, after this match, hopefully this will change things. I mean, this thing, it's going to.
I don't see how you couldn't know who he is after his match with Jay Christ. I'm just me. I don't know. I'm just saying. I mean,
what many people don't know is when I started Infinity Pro back in 2005. Mm-hmm. Sammy had been working for a little bit at that time, and he had hit me up for a spot on one of my cards, and I didn't have a spot for him. So when they came to Indianapolis a couple months ago, right around Super Bowl, he hit me up. And he's like, "So are you going to book me now?" So of course, I'm like, "Hell yeah, I'm going to book you." So this kind of really worked out well for us, and I'm extremely excited to have him on this card, and hopefully I can use him on future events as well. And this match, I'm going to go buy myself a bag of popcorn. I'm going to get myself something to drink. I'm going to pull up a chair, and I'm going to watch this thing from beginning to end because I'm stoked to see it.
Now, conspicuous by their absence on this card are the Tsunamis. Where are you guys?
Well, you know, everybody knows that I'm the higher up in the company of Infinity Pro. And when the opportunity came around for this show to be done, I looked at my locker room, and I wanted to be the most fair promoter that I possibly could. Mm-hmm. And I looked around, and I wanted to give these guys opportunities to be seen. You know, it's not every day that you have a chance to work out in front of DJ Hyde and Combat Zone Wrestling and try to get your name out there for the world to see. And after sitting down and really introspectively looking at myself, I decided that I would rather give the guys who really have that drive and desire, who are wrestlers and not wrestlers / promoters / whatever, you know, that can really turn things around, and maybe this will be the cornerstone that really gets them noticed. So I decided, and I opted out, to keep myself and my tag partner off the card and just allow everybody else to shine for the night.
You know, that's very becoming of you, and not a lot of promoters would do that. And I'm not knocking, you know, anybody in particular, but I know way too many promoter, owner, wrestlers, managers, refs, whatever they are. They run the company, they have a spot on the show, and it's their way or no way, and you know they're going to be in the top spot, and that's just all there is to it. And it thrills me to no end to hear that there are actually still promotions out there that believe that that's not the right way to do business.
Yeah, it definitely isn't. You know, a lot of people, and this is the sad state of independent pro wrestling in a lot of ways. A lot of people will go to shows and they won't get their push, or they won't get their shine like they feel they need to. So what do? They go out, buy a ring, put on their own show, and then they're the top dog.
Right.
When you do that, that's just a slap in the face to all the fans. Because if you're booking the show and you're making yourself look great, how many people are you shutting down the card that could really elevate their performance and put you on the map as a company? And that's one of the core foundations of Infinity Pro. You know, in the locker room, we always tell the guys, try to be match of the night. From beginning to end. I remember. Yeah. And, you know, and that's exactly what all of our guys do. They come in there, and they're extremely happy, and they work their butts off for us. And the crowd can tell.
Too many times you get guys that'll come in and they'll say, yeah, I'll work my butt off for you. I'll do this, I'll do that. And they may be able to sell tickets, but they don't really have the work ethic. But because they can sell tickets, apparently that's good enough. And again, that just makes me very, very thrilled to hear that this is not one of those companies. No. Now, again, and nothing against those companies that run your company, that run your business like that. If that is what works for you, and believe you me, I've seen it. I know it does. I don't know how, but it does. if that works for you, then by all means, run your business into the ground. I'll be glad to sit back and watch. But I don't get it. I don't get it. That's no way to run a business.
Exactly, and like I said earlier, man, we're very selective on talent we bring in. We have
Obviously, you won't hire me. No, I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing.
Well, we have a very thorough screening process, and we have a tryout match before the show for anyone who wants to come in and be involved in the show. And the tryout, unlike most companies where they consider a dark match or whatever, and then they make the decision if they want to bring someone back, we actually allow the crowd to choose if they want to see someone again. So after the pre-show match, our announcer gets on the mic and literally asks the crowd if they would like to see this person again or this person again. And the last show that we had, the duos, we had Trevor Court was in the pre-show. Crowd loved him. And, of course, now you can see he's making his main card debut during Cinco de Mayo.
All right. Well, I doubt now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there's just not enough time to do a pre-show match at this particular show, right?
Exactly. Since we're starting at 3 o'clock, unfortunately, there's not really a lot of time to add an additional match. I mean, we're already at, I believe, 17 matches for the day. So it's going to be a long day of amazing wrestling.
I can't wait. Now, there's going to be a 2-hour break in between shows, or y'all are shooting for a about an hour and a half break between your show and their show, correct?
Correct.
And there are all-day passes available as well as independent show tickets.
I believe such, yes. I know from our end of things, we're doing our front row and general admission passes, and I believe DJ is taking care of the all-day passes, as well as, of course, his front and general admission. So, our tickets are $12 for front row, $10 for general admission, and CZW, I believe, their front row is $30, and their general admission will be $20. The all-day pass, I'm not really sure what the price is on that, but he's got it on the website so you can go to czwrestling.com and purchase those tickets.
Yeah, make sure you do, and make sure to let them know that you heard about it here on The Real Side of Wrestling. Real quickly, for anybody that would like to call in, I know we don't do this very often, and I forgot to plug this at the very beginning of the show. If you have a question for the owner, or the higher-up, rather, of Infinity Pro Wrestling, Mr. Donnie Tsunami, give us a call, 702-508-4900. Again, that's 702-508-4900. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get Austin Mannix on and speak with him. We're going to go over the Combat Zone side of the card, although I did not procure any Combat Zone guys yet. The night is young. We still have another hour and 20 minutes to kill on the air, so you never know what I'll pull out of my magic hat. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to The Real Side of Wrestling. I am your host, the main event referee, John Gray, and I have no idea what in the blue moon that I don't know what that was playing, but I hope you all enjoyed it.
Mr. Damn, it was Mr. Fuji.
Ah, Mr. Fuji. Mr. Fuji-san. All right. Thank you so much, Rick the producer. It's so horrible. Like I've only got control over so much of the show. You know, the rest of it I've got to let somebody else run. It's still better than the Gabe Sapolsky commercials he played for me. Yeah. Gabe Sapolsky still will not return my phone calls.
Oh, no.
Gabe, if you're listening, which I doubt you are, you fucking suck. Anyways, let's get back into all the exciting happenings here on The Real Side of Wrestling. Of course, we've been talking about Cinco de Mayo coming up Saturday, May 5th. And yes, no, before my normal listeners freak out, yes, Derby is this weekend, and no, I will not be there. Okay, it's going to be okay. I promise you, the Derby will go on without me. It's gonna they're going to race at 6 o'clock, and it's not going to matter if I'm there or not. I promise. Okay, so yeah, don't ask me who I want to win because I don't know yet. I haven't even seen the positions. But let's get back into what this show is about, and that is wrestling. Believe it or not, I'm not like Raw. I do want to discuss what my namesake is, or something of that nature. Right, Donnie Tsunami, are you still with me?
I certainly am, John.
Awesome. Really appreciate you taking time to come on the show again. Thank you. I know how busy this week has got to be for you up there in College Town, Bloomington, Indiana. And yes, that's another thing I never thought I would be doing, is going to the centerpiece for IU. Being I'm such a diehard Louisville fan, you know, I think I may just wear regular clothes that day. I don't think I'm going to wear anything Louisville. I'd like to make it home.
That's probably a smart bet.
Well, no, you know, it would be worse if I was a Kentucky fan. Like, then they would really hate me. But I'm only a Louisville fan, so I think I'm going to be somewhat safe.
Yeah, you might be okay. Just don't take a chance.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think I'm going to wear my Combat Zone colors. I don't know. I don't have any Infinity Pro clothes yet, so hopefully that'll change this weekend. I'll pick me up some gear there at the wrestling show. Real quickly, let's plug up all the Twitters and Facebooks and all that. You can find CZW on Facebook at facebook.com/official CZW. Follow them on Twitter at Combat Zone and use the hashtag CZW Cinco de Mayo. Or you can find them at czwrestling.com. And of course, check out our good friends over at Hybrid. That's HYBRIDENT.TV. These guys put on some great wrestling on their website there. They've got Big Japan. I think they've got some Infinity Pro stuff. I know they've got some Insanity Pro stuff, some Combat Zone. You name it, they've probably got something similar to it on their website there. And it's all live streaming, so check it out. Again, that's hybrident.tv. And give him a shout. And now I'm going to kick it over to Donnie so that he can plug his Twitter and Facebook, and if you still have one like me, MySpace.
MySpace. Yeah, MySpace. We never got around to doing the MySpace thing. But
loser. No, I'm just kidding.
No, our Twitter is at RealInfinityPro. Facebook is, of course, facebook.com/InfinityProWrestling. And then, of course, you can go to the website, which is infinityprowrestling.com.
And I tell you what, for the next 10 followers that follow me at JRGray1122 and use the hashtag Cinco de Mayo for this Saturday show, you will be entered into our drawing, which we will have at the end of the month. The winner of this drawing, and I've been waiting for tonight to expose this because it is a new season. This is the season premiere of The Real Side of Wrestling. I guess I should have went through all that at the beginning, but whatever. We are going to be giving away a autographed 3-disc set, or actually it's more than 3 discs. It's 3 DVD set. I think it's 9 discs total of the 3 Smart Mark Video Drake Younger Shoots, the Best of the Indie series, as well as Drake Younger's official Headlock Gear T-shirt. Now, the 3 DVDs will be signed by Drake Younger. The shirt, however, will not. But if you win, you can say you got it right here at The Real Side of Wrestling. So follow us at JRGray1122 on Twitter. The next 10 followers get entered in for a chance to win this great prize. And I can't thank Drake Younger enough for allowing me to use his namesake to bring publicity to the show. That's really awesome, buddy. Love you. Well, let's talk a little bit more about the card. Now, I think we started to talk about Jack Thriller, but I think I skipped ahead by mistake. So we're going to backtrack a little bit and tell me a little bit about the serial killer Jack Thriller.
Yeah, Jack Thriller. This man, I've known him for years. For a long time, he was the head trainer at Dan Severn's Price of Glory camp. Mm-hmm. He's a very established wrestler. He fantastic guy. He is as well extremely funny. When you're in the ring with this man, he will make you crack up at least 6 to 7 times in the match, unintentionally.
I'm a referee. I don't laugh at anything.
Well, maybe I'll have you ref that match because you will laugh.
No, that's actually a bold-faced lie. Like, that is what I'm horribly, horribly infamous for, is laughing, and I hate myself for it. I do. That's okay. It's all right. I have heard some good stuff about Jack, and knowing what I know about Joseph, this match is going to be nothing but great comedy gold between two very good wrestlers. Don't let the word comedy fool you guys. I know Joseph Schwartz can go.
Yes, Schwartz can definitely go. And Infinity Pro fans have only seen just a tad bit of Jack Thriller. And, I'm going to keep putting Jack Thriller over here because this guy has overcome adversity. He was in a really bad car accident. He injured his leg. He didn't think he was ever going to wrestle again. Yet here he is, stepping back up to the plate, getting back in the ring, and really just killing every single match he's in. And, this guy, I'm extremely happy to have him on the roster. He really rounds us out. And I just can't thank him for coming back any more than I already have. But keep an eye on Jack Thriller and Joseph Schwartz in this show. They're gonna tear it down in a way that most fans won't expect, and it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Sorry, I got a little distracted looking at my stupid phone. Trying to find Austin Mannix's number to give it to my producer so that he can call it. I think I found it though. If I'm wrong, then well, he'll kill me, but that's okay. There you go, producer. There's our next guest. So yeah, we're going to be having Austin Mannix here in just a couple of minutes. We're going to talk to him a little bit about his matchup because I'm very interested to see what he has to say about GT Vega. And as you alluded to earlier, this isn't the first time these two have locked horns, right?
This is the first time they've locked horns.
This is the first time.
Okay, actually, I take that back. This is the first time they've wrestled each other in a singles bout.
Okay.
There was, at the Duos tournament, they were in a 4-way. It was PJ Barberino, Austin Mannix, GT Vega, and Drake Younger. Mm-hmm. And Austin Mannix came away with the victory on that. He really, really proved himself and has proved to many, many people in this industry that he has what it takes. And honestly, he is one of the hardest working guys, man. He's looked around, found as many bookings as he can. He's traveled everywhere. In fact, he's been traveling with Michael Elgin quite a bit lately, and he's just been tearing it down everywhere he goes. He's a star. He really is. And This match coming up between him and GT Vega, it's going to put them both on the map, in my opinion, especially with DJ watching and all the Combat Zone guys seeing what they're going to do. It's going to be fantastic.
Well, I said when I saw Austin Mannix for the first time up in Detroit. I'm sorry? Are you still with me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Oh, I think we've got Austin too now. Before I get to you, Austin, hold on just a second. I said when I saw him the first time that I wanted to see him and Adam Cole hook it up because I thought that it would be just a phenomenal match, and I think their styles are so much alike that it would have a great story to it. So, without any further ado, now that I've kissed his ass on live air, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Austin Mannix.
Hey, how you doing?
We're good. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, man. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, so you're going to be taking on GT Vega this Saturday on the Infinity Pro card. What are your thoughts about this match?
This match was actually supposed to happen last month, and for whatever reason, it did not. So I was extremely anxious to get my hands on Vega one-on-one, as he is one of the more favorable wrestlers that Infinity Pro showcases, and I'm looking forward to it. I think I'm going to have a lot of fun going into it, and maybe not so much, but I'm definitely looking forward to putting him down.
We got Donnie Tsunami on the line with us. We've been talking at great length about this show, Cinco de Mayo. What do you think? What do you think this show can do for a company like Infinity Pro?
I mean, the it could really help, boost it into the next level for Infinity Pro. I mean, there's definitely a stacked amount of talent going into the show. There's a lot of guys that can just, straight up go. And I think that, the fans out in Bloomington are great. And, they always come prepared. And I think they're really, going to be treated here with the addition of CZW putting on a show as well.
Gotta love the wonders of the internets in Kentucky. I was just talking about what a great place this is because of Derby, and, well, you know what? It may be great because of Derby, but Insight, you fucking suck. Time Warner, I wish you would do something. Oh, that's right, you did. Anyways, Austin, I know you've got a very busy schedule. You got a lot going on. Tell the fans one more time what they can expect to see this weekend.
You're going to see a lot of hard-hitting, fast-paced, just raw talent in the ring. You come to this show, you're going to get just every aspect of what you want to see out of a pro wrestling show. And I think the fans are going to come away extremely satisfied and extremely happy.
Now, I alluded to earlier that I'd love to see you in the ring with Adam Cole. Has that happened before? And if not, is it a possibility to happen in the future?
It has not happened yet, and Adam Cole is definitely on my list of guys I would like to be in the ring with. I've seen him work quite a few times, and he is a top talent. He's a very, very talented guy, and I don't know what the future holds, but I definitely do hope I'll pass it off.
All right. Well, Austin, thank you so much for your time. We've got to move forward. We've got a couple other people that'll be joining us here in just a short time, but I do appreciate you coming on for our Cinco de Mayo build-up tonight, and I look forward to having you on in a couple of weeks for your own interview, and we'll be talking with you real soon. Real quickly, can people follow you on Twitter? Do you got a Facebook page you want to plug?
Yeah, I definitely have both. I have Twitter. You can follow me at Austin Mannix, and same with Facebook. It's just look up Austin Mannix. Definitely follow me on Twitter because it's clearly better.
All right, there you go. And again, one more time, I'm still looking for 9 more followers at JR Gray 1122. You'll get it in to win our big Drake Younger prize pack at the end of the month. Honey, sorry about the technical.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
Gotta love live radio.
Oh yeah. Oh, and by the way, to summarize, Austin Mannix did say that this program that we're doing on Saturday will do nothing but elevate Infinity Pro. So, just want to get that out there for you.
All right. Well, I definitely think that I would have to agree with that. And, again, I appreciate Austin Mannix and all the people that are taking time out of their schedules this week to come on the show, especially since we're on an earlier time. I know it's going to be a little difficult for some people, especially my listeners, but that's what archives are for, people. Remember, I don't care if you listen live, just listen often. I would prefer you listen live, but, if you don't, you're lost. You may miss out on my contest. You never know. Well, let's talk a little bit about before I get to Joseph Sorch and PJB, because he finally did get me his telephone number, so we'll be calling him in a little bit. Before I get to these guys, let's talk a little bit about the CZW half of the card, because I'm really, really looking forward to a lot of their matches as well. They've got a stellar card. Highlighted in my mind, and nothing against the 4 guys above this match, but Mia Yim versus Kimberly. This is going to be one hell of a match between these 2 ladies. These are 2 ladies that actually want to work, that know how to work, and will put on a good match for the CZW, IPW fans. I don't know what your take on it is, but I love a good women's match.
Oh yeah,
emphasis
you can't go
on
wrong with good women's match. Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, in a little few places, WWE perhaps, they don't really focus on the women's wrestling like they should in a lot of ways. But this match, I tell you, I'm stoked for it. And honestly, my girlfriend who's sitting right here with me, she saw the card, saw Mia Yim and Kimberly on there. And yeah, John says hi. She says hi back. She looked at the photos. She's like, "Oh my God, they're so hot." And she's like, "I cannot wait to see this match." I think I'm gonna have to take some of these CZW flyers away from her. That match is gonna be amazing. Both these women.
Has she been looking a little too hard at Mia Yim and Kimberly?
A little bit.
She's been looking a little too hard at Mia Yim and Kimberly. Or is it that she's looking at Adam Cole? Is that why you don't want her to look at the poster anymore?
No, it's the Mia Yim and Kimberly. Trust me. I think she's trying to switch sides on me. But that match is gonna be fantastic. Both these women know how to work, and that's a blessing. Yeah. There's nothing like seeing a hard-hitting women's match. The crowd really can get into it, as opposed to you get a few of these. Nothing against most of the independent female wrestlers around, but a lot of them just can't bring it to the same level. And both these ladies, they achieve way above the average women's match. It's going to be fantastic. I can't wait.
I would definitely have to agree. I would most definitely 100% have to agree with you there. Most definitely. And I actually just lost my my card. My whole Google just shut down. Way to go, Google! You suck. That's okay. It's a good thing I remembered a lot of it. The main event of the night, and I'm really interested in this match because of the contrast of styles between these two. I think it'll be interesting to see how they work with one another. I'm talking about the main event of one half of your main event, Michael Elgin, the unbreakable Michael Elgin, taking on the crazy, insane Masada with his shrimp skewers or his kebab skewers. Those things scare the hell out of me. Wowzers. That is going to be a match, I think, that is really going to set the tone for what Combat Zone Wrestling is becoming. They're really getting away from the death match profile that they've carried for such a long time, and I think that a match like this, where you've got two contrasting styles, will definitely do nothing but benefit this company. And put if this show doesn't put CZW on the map by itself, or I'm sorry, with everything, with the entire package, and this matchup between Elgin and Masada, I believe will.
Yeah, this match is going to be pretty crazy. I mean, you're looking at order versus chaos, and you have two very large individuals in there who are just going to tear each other up. And like you said, it's very contrasting styles. And not to kind of correct you, but CZW is already on the map. This match is only going to add to the heritage of CZW and take it into a new direction. And they've been known for their ultra-violence, and they still carry that badge with them. But they're bringing such an amazing card every single time they run a show. I mean, it's a full card from anything from technical wrestling all the way up to your ultra-violence, everything in between. They've got the full package. And that match, for me,
Adam Cole is going to be taking on Jake Crist, and this is going to be a singles match that is really going to set the pace for the show. What are your thoughts?
I really like both these guys.
Are you kidding me?
Jake Crist, I've had the opportunity to see him in the business for a long time with the Irish Airborne.
I'm sorry, I'm having...
Cocaine off of a donkey's ass. John Gray, the main event referee, who can't count to 3. He's John Gray, the main event referee, who can't count to 3.
Okay,
he still eats fried chicken off of Adam's boner. Dave Sapolsky, please never hire this man.
Oh my God, that would be the stylistic performance of Mr. Producer Rick Hendrickson, ladies and gentlemen. Yay! Now you know why Gabe Sapolsky won't hire me. my God. Okay. We've got to get back on track. We lost what we had, where we were. I think I was fixing to start talking about the,
You're talking about, the Jake Crist match.
Yeah, Jake Crist and Adam Cole, who I believe Sarah's been staring at. I don't think it's the women. I think it's Adam Cole. No, I'm just kidding. But she's going to beat me up on Saturday. Better watch
She is. You're going to get any catering.
I said hi to her on live air. I mean, what more do you need?
That's true. That is true. That does make it for a lot.
I gave you a shout out. Okay, so Adam Cole, Jake Crist. I have seen Jake Crist hook it up with some of the best in this business. B.J. Whitmer, Sami Callihan, his own brother David. I expect this match to set the tone for what the rest of the night is going to be like. If I'm not mistaken, I do believe this is going to be the opener of the show, of the 7:30 show, and what a way to open it. Adam Cole and Jake Crist, two of the brightest stars on the independent level right now, hooking it up.
It's going to be awesome. I know I keep saying that because you look at both these cards and every match is a show stealer. But, you know, I've seen Jake grow up in a lot of ways throughout the business, from his Irish Airborne days to his singles career. And this kid can go. And I say he's a kid, he's like my age. But he's a fantastic talent. And, you know, Adam Cole as well. These guys are just going to tear it down. They're going to throw it all in the wind, man. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. And if this starts off the show, man, everybody's going to have to work that much harder to have a better match than them. That's going to be insane.
I do believe another man, again, I don't have this in front of me because Google's acting retarded and making my Skype keep shutting down. So I'm not opening anything else up on my computer. Hopefully we can stay on. But I do believe AR Fox is also on the card. I don't have it in front of me. Who's he working?
He's working Alex Colon.
Okay, yeah, that's going to be another great match because I tell you what, Alex is a hell of a talent, and I love AR Fox.
Oh, yeah. I saw live for the first time Alex Colon work at the Super Sunday show here in Indianapolis. And I was blown away by it. He's a fantastic performer. He's so fast. It's ridiculous. And you get him in there with AR Fox. I hope everybody's got a camera with slow motion so they can catch the match. I mean, this thing is going to be crazy.
Okay, I just actually got a call a second ago from one of your trainees. He's going to be joining us here in just a minute. It's going to be if I can get Skype to go back to the right page. I'm not, I really hate modern technology. I finally got the card pulled back up here on my not so smartphone, so maybe we can get through the rest of this here. All right, the CZWR TV Championship will be defended by Dave Crist as he takes on another very, very good comedy guy who also is a very, very awesome worker, Greg Excellent. This is going to be a great match.
It's, I will say it every single time we bring up any match. This is once again going to be an outstanding competition. Greg Excellent, he is funny, dude, but he can really go. And when he's angry, you don't want to get in his way. That guy is a lot of fun to watch wrestle. And you put him in there against Dave, there will be blood. They're going to tear each other up.
I had the opportunity to watch Greg work John Murray at the HWA Dustin Ray's benefit show a few months ago, and what a phenomenal worker this guy was. Worked the entire time and had the crowd into it. It reminded me a lot of going back to the old Louisville Gardens days, seeing the way the crowd reacted, not just to him, but to the entire card. And I expect to see a lot more of that when I come up to Infinity Pro Combat Zone this Saturday.
I tell you, we've got one of the best crowds in the business, and that's no lie. They come to watch wrestling, and they're on their feet the entire time, from beginning to end. And with this card that's in front of us, I hope they just don't get tired. They're going to be cheering a lot.
Also on the card, my dojo brother, Mr. Drake Youngup, will be taking on the other half of your main event, Mr. Intensity, as I preluded to earlier, Sami Callihan, in a 2 out of 3 falls ultraviolet rules match. Now, I know Drake, and I know how ultraviolet he can get, and I know Sami, and I know how ultraviolet he can get. This match is going to be not just violent, it's definitely going to be ultraviolet.
I completely agree with that. The one stipulation that's not listed on the card here is the fact that each of these 3 falls have different rules to them. The very first bout is going to be a pinfall bout. The second one is going to be submission. And if they get to that third fall, that's when the ultra-violence kicks in.
Well, I can guarantee that neither Drake or Sami, they're both stubborn bulls, okay? And you get these 2 guys in the same place at the same time, and Drake's chasing the gold. He wants what Sami has, and that's that gold. So I think it'll be a very interesting matchup, to say the least, rather. And I can't wait for it.
I've had the opportunity to work with Drake quite a bit through Infinity Pro, and I tell you, he's geared up for this. He's in the best shape of his career. He has been training hard. This match has been a long time coming. When they step foot in that ring together here in Bloomington, honestly, we're going to have to open those doors, because as soon as that crowd gets to see what they're going to be doing, oh my God, it's going to be a madhouse. This, in my humble opinion, this is probably the one match on the CZW card that I personally cannot wait for. If I could put this on first match of the night, I would, because I want to see it that bad. I can't wait for it. In fact, I tried to call Drake and Sami to see if they'd show up at my house and do the match early, but they wouldn't go for it. So
that is hilarious. I would love to see Drake and Sami show up at your house. Speaking of, not that you really need anybody else at your house. You're already going to have a house full with Sensei and all the guys that are coming down with Mr. Schwartz. And I just cannot wait to get there and see everybody Saturday and get the opportunity to meet a lot of the Infinity Pro guys that I didn't get the chance to meet in Detroit. And of course, hook up with you and Sarah, and just have a great time in Bloomington, Indiana, this Saturday, May the 5th, 2012. First show starts at 3. Doors open at what time, Donnie?
The doors will open at 2 o'clock for us.
2 o'clock, 1 hour before the first bell, doors will open. Infinity Pro Show tickets are how much?
They are $12 for front row, $10 for general admission day of show. If they contact me beforehand at 812-361-6659, they can contact me and I'll put them on the list for pre-sale tickets. They'll save $2 on the admission.
There you go. And I'll tell you what, I'm still trying to get my followers, so I'm going to sweeten the pot a little bit. The next 2 followers on Twitter at JRGray1122 that use the hashtag InfinityPro, I will personally buy your ticket for the show. So the next 2 followers on Twitter, JRGray1122, and use the hashtag InfinityPro when you friend me or follow me on Twitter, and I personally, Real Side Media and John Gray, will pay for your front row seats, if there are any more available. If they're not, then, well, you get general admission, but you still get free tickets while you're bitching.
Now, John, there are 2 more matches that are not listed on this card yet. I found out from DJ Hyde that he will be taking on BJ Whitmer on this card as well.
Wow. Well, that's going to be a great match. I love BJ, and I love DJ, and again, these are 2 contrasting styles of professional wrestling. I'd love to see where this is going to go.
It's going to be fantastic. I know DJ's excited about it. He's looking to lariat BJ out of his boots, man. It's going to be great.
It's going to be awesome. And the second match?
The second match, is Danny Havoc is going to be in an ultraviolet match. I did not catch his name from IWA Mid-South. Exactly. And I know that Danny Havoc always comes in ready to tear someone apart, limb from limb. And this is going to be no exception. From what I understand, it's going to be barbed wire. So it should be pretty crazy. Yeah.
All right. Well, we actually do have our next call-in guest. He's another one of the Infinity Pro guys, and I believe, if I've got my information correct, he is one of your students, PJ Barbarino.
That is correct.
PJ, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Hey, how's it going?
Going great, man. You have got a pretty big matchup to start I'm not sure, you didn't allude whether or not it was going to be the start of the show, but you're in the sixth man. Tell me your thoughts on that match.
Actually, I found out yesterday that now it's an 8-man survival match, and
right.
I'm not even sure really the rules of the survival match. I know it's going to be similar to, I guess how you say the bigs do the Rumble there, how you come in about every minute and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's an elimination style, so I'm looking forward to it. There's a couple really good workers that I look forward to working with. So.
All right. Donnie, you can fill him in on the exact rules of the matchup he's going to be in, or do you want to make it kind of fun and make him wait?
You know, I might just make him wait, but honestly though, he did have the rules correct. It is 2 men start every minute and a half, another man will come in, and it will be elimination-based rules. And last man standing wins the event.
All right. Well, there's going to be, I've only got 3 of the names other than yours, 3 other names other than yours, PJB. They're going to be in this match. Maybe Donnie can fill us in on the rest of them. But Tolerant Zero, Adam Bueller, and Kenneth James are the ones listed here. Who else you got scheduled for this matchup, Donnie?
We got Russ Jones, Scotty Young, Antonio Akis, and Hollywood Dream Trevor Court.
You're in there with some really good talent, PJB. What is going to be your strategy coming into this? Are you going to be like who was it, Bobby Heenan, and just kind of hide underneath the ring the entire time, wait for the end, slide in? That's what I would do.
Everybody knows me. I'm going straight for everybody. I'm going to try to eliminate everybody as quick as possible.
Oh, you don't want to do that. I'm telling you, you need to go underneath the ring. That's the best way to win this match. I'm telling you from experience.
Well, I mean, even though I am that guy, I don't want to be that guy for this match. I want to run through. I want to eliminate as many people as I possibly can in this, and hopefully come out victorious. It is the first one in Infinity Pro. We did have a 6-man scramble match about a year ago, but we've never had an 8-man survival match, or any survival match like this. So.
Well, it's definitely going to be a great time. I'm looking forward to seeing you there as well as everybody else. And I can't thank you enough for your time. I know it's very, very brief, but I'm really short on time, and I've still got one more guy to get on the air tonight. Because if I don't, he'll probably get my sensei to stretch me. So, and I don't want that. So, but PJ, thank you so much for coming on, and I look forward to having you on for your own segment to tell us a little bit about Don's training and the things that you've learned since being in the professional wrestling industry.
Oh, yeah, that would be great. Thanks for having me.
All right. Thank you so much, buddy. Talk to you soon. See you Saturday.
All right. See you Saturday. Bye.
All right. We've got one more guest to get to, and I'm trying to find his number on my phone here. And now that I have it, we're going to get him on here in just a couple of minutes. And I'm really looking forward to hearing his strategy for his matchup coming up on Saturday afternoon. I do believe it'll be okay. Sorry, I got a little distracted there. I'm not a very good multitasker. Sorry. You would think I'd get better at it the more I do it, but I can't, Joseph, there you go. So yeah, the whole show this Saturday, top to bottom, both shows are going to be just phenomenal. If you missed this, if you actually waste time coming to Kentucky Derby instead of being like every other smart person and watching it on your phone while you're watching CZW or Infinity Pro, either or, then you're an idiot. You need to take the little 2-hour drive to Bloomington. It's not that far. You can follow me if you need. I promise I won't lose you on the expressway. It's really not that hard to get there. But come on up and enjoy a full day of wrestling. You're not going to get wrestling like this for this cheap anywhere else. You can't even get wrestling like this on Sunday night pay-per-views, okay? So I don't know why you're wasting your time with Extreme Rules when you could have saved that $30 and came out and spent $30 on Cinco de Mayo. Just saying. I ain't saying nothing. I'm just saying. Donnie, your thoughts?
You know, honestly, though, Extreme Rules was pretty awesome. But but you're right. For this ticket price,
the only thing that was awesome about Extreme Rules was the fact that they finally showed some blood between Cena and Lesnar, and it only took them like 5 years, to finally, say, okay, we're not doing this right.
It's very true. It took him 3 minutes into the match. It was awesome. The quality of wrestling that we have on these two shows is absolutely stellar. You've got so many different promotions in the area, and we've went out and we've handpicked and cherry-picked all the best wrestlers we could possibly get our hands on to bring onto our cards, and bringing in the best from the East Coast with CZW and bringing all their guys in, just amazing. If you got $30, be there. If you don't have $30, find $30 somewhere. You don't want to miss this.
All right. Well, apparently, my dojo brother is not answering his telephone. So when I see him, I'm going to kick him right square in the balls.
Uh-oh.
I doubt very seriously I would do that. Joseph's a pretty big guy, and he's Jewish, so he probably would make me spend my money on him or something. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to hell for that. Oh my God. Okay, Mr. Producer, Joseph, please try him one more time. Thank you. That message brought to you in part by me. All in all, what is going to be the match that you were looking for? Or I think you answered that for me earlier. The Drake Younger match, I believe, and Sammy Callahan, the one you're looking for.
Drake against Danny on CW, man. That's going to be a phenomenal match. I can't say anything higher than that. And,
as much as I love those two guys, I think the match that I want to see the most, and I would almost give my entire sackage of balls to be the rep of is Elgin Callahan. I think that is going to be the show stealer.
It was just a moment of fortune that I was able to put that match together on this card, and I'm extremely hyped for it. It's going to be a fantastic bout. They've worked each other in the past, like Michael was saying earlier, back in 2008, 2009, but they have both come so far. Mm-hmm. I mean, in just such a short period of time, their name value alone has skyrocketed, let alone their work rate. They're 500 times the workers they were at that time frame. And when they finally get in there, that chemistry that they've had in the past is going to shine through, and it will be a fantastic match. And I don't think there's going to be anybody sitting in their chairs by halfway through it. Heck, probably within the first 3 to 5 minutes of it, honestly. And that's going to be awesome. That's our main event, and that's the way we wanted to end our show and go into the CZW event, is on an extremely high note. And
well, I don't think you could get two people. I don't think you could get any other two people that would leave the fans wanting more from the next show than these two guys.
I would 100% agree with that. And if the fans who were there didn't buy tickets to the CZW show later in the evening after that match, they're going to, because that's just going to show what Sammy's capable of. All of our fans down here know who Drake Younger is, and they're anticipating seeing him in his natural environment at CZW, and it's going to be pretty crazy.
I'm also looking forward to seeing Jonathan Crane take on Drake Younger. Now, I've seen these guys. I've seen these two work out, and I've had the opportunity to work out with Jonathan a couple of times, and he's a natural sponge. But I cannot reiterate this enough because I learned this best from Sensei, the American kickboxer. He may have taught us everything we know, but he most definitely did not teach us everything he knows. So you just keep that in mind, Jonathan. I know you're listening to the show. You're a good kid, and you got a bright future in this business. You just keep your head up and make sure you listen. Otherwise, you might not have a future in this business after all. And we're still trying to raise Joseph up on the phone. Wait a minute. I think we've got him.
What do you got?
Yeah,
Woo!
we've got that. We've got the
Hey!
hammer. The Hebrew.
Had to get a little ethnic diversity on your show.
Yeah. Well, I've had a Canadian, and now I've got a Jew, and no, I'm kidding. I love you, Joseph. Man, I can't wait to see you Saturday. And
I love you too, brother, man.
We were just talking about the Infinity Pro show side of things, or actually the entire day of matches, and talking about the matches that we were looking forward to. Unfortunately, yours wasn't on that list that we named, but I do want to talk to you about your match anyways, because I'm learning about your opponent.
Oh, no, that's okay. I won't make people sit through it, nor will I make people talk about it. I understand.
I'm just kidding with you, buddy. You've got a good match.
Dude. Yeah.
You've got a great matchup with serial killer Jack Thriller, and as Donnie was telling me earlier, who is still with us at this time, this guy has a bright future in this business, and he's a great comedy wrestler such as yourself, but he's also a great wrestler such as yourself, and you can't really package that together very well on a normal basis. It takes a certain kind of person, and I've seen how you get yourself over with it, and I think it works great for you, and I'm very interested to see how it works for this guy as well. What are your thoughts going into this match?
Wow. This is actually a match that I've been training really hard for, and I mean that in the sincere sense, not the I've been doing Rocky montage training videos for the internet. I've actually been training really hard for this match because Jack Thriller is just one of those guys that when I got started, he was around, and he was the big fat. He was showing people the ropes, and I have nothing but the utmost respect for Jack. I think he's one of the best guys on the scene today. And plus, the best thing about him is he brings a real European style. Everything that he does is hold for hold, catch as catch can, the way he moves, the way he the ambiance of Jack Thriller. It's not just comedy, but it's also very European style, which is something that, a lot of people in the United States, no one really gets to see a European style wrestler. That's just not us. So it's really cool that we're going to get the opportunity to see that, and I'm going to get to work with that. But I think it's going to be a really cool match. I think our interactions, are going to be bar none. I think it's going to be something different on the card.
I definitely will agree with that, and I think we talked about that a little earlier, how this match could kind of set the tone for Infinity Pro. If that is in fact the case, what is exactly that you're wanting to leave the fans with?
I'm sorry, you broke up there for a second. I think that's that.
Can you hear me now?
John, yeah, I can hear you. What up?
Oh, okay. All right. I was wondering there because I didn't hear anything back. We had talked about earlier that this could be one of those matches that kind of sets the tone for the entire day of matches. What exactly are you wanting to leave the fans with when you go out to the ring on Saturday afternoon?
Oh, okay. I really want to leave the fans the same way I usually leave them as Infinity Pro. I dig deep. Something about Infinity it makes me dig deep, something different, and something unique, and something that no one else on the card can duplicate. Everyone on the card can wrestle. Some of the best wrestlers work for Infinity Pro, and some of the best wrestlers work for TZW. So that's what I'm saying. You're going to see some outstanding wrestling.
but I like to bring something different. I like to bring a little song and dance. I like to bring a little something that you'll remember at the end of the night. You know, I want a lot of people to drive home and say, "Wow, that was a really great match with Elgin and Sammy." But do you remember when Joseph Schwartz and Jack Thriller did this? And that's really what I'm reaching for. Is I want to give people a moment that when they go home, they say that's one of the most entertaining things they've ever seen in pro wrestling. The last time I was at the Infinity Pro, I was fortunate enough to where we had a lightsaber battle in the ring, and that was just something that really got over and was one of the best things that I've done. I thought that was really fun and cool, and I've been getting compliments from it ever since, but it's different. People will remember it. And, just like to stick out. Want to be different.
All right. Well, I know that, excuse me, you're driving home from work. I'm sure you've had a very busy day, and we're actually almost out of time. So before I let you go, are you a twit? Do you tweet yet? Or you still got the MySpace thing going, don't you? Yeah.
I have a face space.
A face space?
I have a space space that I tweet on. You can follow. You can follow me at Hammer Schwartz Hammer Schwartz, and you can find me on Facebook. I accept friends. They are a commodity on Facebook. So Joseph Schwartz on Facebook. I'm the one with the Jew in the picture, I guess. So add me. I'll be more than happy.
All right, there you go. One more time. I'm still waiting on some followers on Twitter myself, at JRGray1122. If you follow me, I'll give you all till midnight, even though we're going to go off the air in a minute. Nobody will hear this, but I'll give you till midnight tonight. If you follow me and use the hashtag Infinity Pro, I will pay for your tickets to get into the show. The next 2 followers only. Okay. After that, everybody after that will get entered into our Drake Younger prize pack giveaway that we will be doing on the last Tuesday of the month. And for those of you that are not sitting in front of a calendar, that would be the 29th. Just so you know, the 29th we will announce our winner, and they will receive a T-shirt from Headlock Gear featuring Drake Younger, and the first 3 Best of the Indie series from Smart Mark Video, also featuring Drake Younger. Guys, I really appreciate all your time tonight. Dawn, thank you so much for coming on and spending the last hour and a half on my wonderful, wonderfully funny show with all the technical quirks and funny producers, skits, and I don't know. Joseph, thank you. I look forward to seeing you Saturday along with Sensei and all of my
Dojo in full effect.
Rage Dojo brothers. I cannot wait to get a family portrait, if you will. It will definitely be a fun time. Until then, guys, I guess I will see you all on Saturday. Real quick, Donnie, before I let you go, give us the Facebook and the tweets one more time.
All right. Twitter is at RealInfinityPro. Our Facebook is facebook.com/InfinityProWrestling. And, of course, the almighty website being www.infinityprowrestling.com.
All right. Coming up next week, I do believe we will have Austin Mannix back, as well as Eric Cannon. For those of you that have been listening to the show, you know how much I have wanted to get Eric on the show. And, again, I would like to thank my guest tonight for coming on such a busy week, and to everybody in my homeland of Kentucky that will be going out to Oaks and Derby this week. Please be safe. Do not drink and drive. Because they will be out in full force, I can promise you. And place your bets responsibly, because you don't want to wind up like me running a radio show from your basement. Just saying. Not saying nothing. I'm just saying. Until next week, ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to the best kept secret in pro wrestling radio today, the real side of wrestling. I'm your host, the main event